Hello, Super Explorers, and welcome. Get ready to put on your adventure hats because today we are going on an amazing journey to explore something huge and rocky that touches the clouds. Are you ready to begin our climb? So, have you ever been outside and seen a big, tall mountain and just thought, whoa, how did that get there? They're so big and pointy. Ever wondered how they're even made?
Well, you came to the right place. Today, we're going to uncover the secret story of mountains. It's a pretty incredible tale, about how they're born, how they grow, and even how they get old. So let's find out together.
All right, first up on our adventure, how are mountains born? Every single mountain has a birthday story, and let me tell you, it's a really, really big one.
Okay, to understand how mountains are born, I want you to picture this. The whole surface of our Earth, it's like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Isn't that a fun way to think about it?
So our whole planet is covered in these giant puzzle pieces that scientists call plates. And these plates are always moving, but super, super slowly. Now sometimes, two of these plates start to push against each other. They just push and push. Can you guess what happens? The ground between them has nowhere else to go but up. And just like that, a mountain starts to be born.
Whoa, look at this map. You can see all the different puzzle pieces, the plates, that make up the Earth's surface. See how they all fit together, just like a real puzzle? But you have to remember, this doesn't happen overnight. Oh no, it takes a very, very, very long time. These plates move slower than a snail, shifting just a tiny little bit each year. It takes millions of years to build a mountain.
So, once a mountain is born, is that it? Is that the end of the story? Not at all. Some mountains are still kind of like babies, and they keep growing taller and taller.
Wow, look at that. These are the Himalayan mountains. They are basically the superstars of the mountain world because they are the tallest mountain range in the whole wide world.
And right there, in that amazing mountain range, is the world's tallest mountain of all, the incredible Mount Everest. It's so tall, it's like it's tickling the clouds.
And here's a super fun fact for you. Did you know that Mount Everest is still growing? Yep, it gets just a little bit taller every single year. How cool is that? So, why do you think that is? I'll give you a second to think about it.
Did you guess it? It's because two of those giant puzzle pieces we talked about are still pushing together. They are pushing and squishing and lifting Mount Everest higher and higher, little by little, every single year.
Okay, so we've met the young, growing mountains. But what about the older ones? Let's find out about the wise, old, and rounded mountains.
And that brings us to a really great question. If some mountains are super tall and pointy, like Mount Everest, why are other mountains shorter and more rounded? Have you ever noticed that?
Well, the first reason is pretty simple. For these mountains, the big push has stopped. The Earth's plates have kind of moved on, so they aren't pushing the mountain up to be any taller.
But that's not the whole story. Now something else starts to happen. Things like rain falling, snow piling up, and ice freezing all start to work on the mountain. And over a long, long time, these things slowly wear the mountain down. It's kind of like how a bar of soap gets smaller and rounder the more you use it in the bath.
Let's look at these two pictures side by side. Okay, on one side, you see a young mountain. See how tall and pointy it is? And on the other, there's an old mountain. It's shorter, with a much rounder, gentler top. It's like we're seeing a mountain's whole life story in just two pictures.
Wow, what an incredible adventure. So, what did we learn today, explorers? Let's do a super quick recap. First, we learned that mountains are born when the Earth's giant puzzle pieces, those plates, push together and lift the ground way, way up high. Second, we discovered that some young mountains, like the amazing Mount Everest, are actually still growing taller because those plates are still pushing.
And third, we found out that old mountains stop growing and then get slowly worn down by things like wind and rain, which makes them shorter and more rounded over time.
I think the most amazing thing to remember is that our planet, our Earth, is always, always changing. Even when it's happening too slow for us to see, incredible things are happening all the time.
You all did such an amazing job today. So the next time you see a mountain, you'll know its secret story. And that just leaves us with one last question. What adventures will you find on a mountain? Thanks so much for exploring with me today. Bye-bye.